This was not the case with the first models, and it could be very, very annoying.
Well, it's solid. Hi.
How have you been after all this time? Friends, today I am going to talk to you again about a camera from the Reolink brand, because you know it is a partner we have had for a long time on this channel. They sent me their new camera once again, and I thank them very much. This camera is the Reolink Atlas PT Ultra, and I am here today to talk to you about it. This is not the first time we have collaborated with them. We had already collaborated a little before. The summer with the Reolink Argus 4 Pro, which closely resembles the Apple headset, but also with the Argus E, the smaller models. The Argus E and the Argus 3 Pro. The Argus 2 is used in the camper. It allows us to observe when we are out and about and visiting a city. We turn it on, and that way, if there is ever an intrusion or someone passing near the camper, we are kept informed. I will put the video in the description for those who may not yet know Reolink. It is a company specializing in video security and smart home technology for parts over 15 years. To be honest, they just celebrated their 15th anniversary. For that, they have changed both to a new logo, which I will show you here, and also introduced a new range of products, including the Atlas PT, which we will discuss today. This is a camera that you will be able to use at home. It mentions being in a camper, but I think I will exercise my veto here, as this is a field I know well. But on the other hand, for a garden at home, I think it's a bit like putting professional equipment in the hands of the general public. So first, let's talk about the exterior of this camera. The Atlas PT, the Reolink Atlas PT Ultra. Well, I can already tell you that when you take it out of its packaging, you are dealing with something dense. And you will quickly understand why. Because here you have a battery. So in terms of appearance, it's quite standard. It's true that Reolink had accustomed us to designs that were sometimes a bit futuristic. This one looked more like Wall-E. This one resembles the Apple headset. And this one has a more traditional design, even though we can still see the colors that give Reolink a bit of a classy side and Apple side. But on the cameras, there is a USB port and the button to turn it on located beneath the battery. And below the lens, there is the SD card slot to accommodate a 512 gig card. The lens you have here is an ultra high definition lens. You will have a crystal clear image of 8 megapixels with a level of detail that is quite amazing. And what you see around the lens will allow you to have night vision. But not night vision, you know, in a negative mode as we might know it. Here, it's a night vision that will provide you with an image just like you would have during the day, with colors and everything that follows. So it's still quite an impressive performance from Reolink to be able to offer us this in a mainstream product. And now we will move on to the battery part of this camera. Here you have a 2000 mAh battery, meaning you'll be able to
use the battery for 365 days. It can be powered for 365 days with the panel, and it will also be able to record up to 12 hours a day for 8 days on a single charge. But what is great about Reolink is that you can install this camera quite far from a power source while still being close enough to your modem to capture 2001 with Wi-Fi, but far enough from electricity since you can power your camera as usual with a solar panel. This means that you place your solar panel next to the camera during the day. The panel will recharge the battery, recharging the camera, making it completely energy autonomous, and allowing you to record the flow of people passing through its field of vision. The camera is also equipped with a pre-recording function. You know, there are many cameras that activate when there is an intrusion, and this one will be able to capture the moment when there is a person. So do they use continuous recording? And do they remove it each time like a caching system which I think should still consume quite a bit of battery. In any case, it's a function that I would like to see in action because it is quite promising. In the previous version, the camera's artificial intelligence allows you to distinguish between a car, an animal, or an intruder, which prevents the camera from activating for everything and anything or sending you alerts unnecessarily. It is entirely possible, like in other versions, to receive alerts as soon as there is an intrusion based on the configuration you have preset. Another feature that I don't know if we can consider it a gadget or not, and it will depend on where you live. But if you are lucky enough to have a beautiful view, there is a time-lapse function that will allow you to create visuals throughout the day, capturing, let's say, the sun as it moves. You will be able to capture your sunset with your 2001 security camera. So how is this new Reolink camera installed? I think it installs more or less like the old ones. We're going to do it live here. We're going to install the camera and add it to the different cameras I already have on the software, and we'll see what the video output looks like.
To do this, we will turn it on.
And there we will have the right, as usual, to the little music from Reolink and the thing that plays on loop that makes you want to connect it very, very quickly.
And then,
so we are going to scan, as it says, the QR code. On the Reolink camera, it gives us the option in all languages. So, we are going to add the Wi-Fi. No, it is not configured. We will configure the Wi-Fi via Bluetooth.
So, turning on the device, that's done.
I heard the voicemail.
1000.
That's done.
Device connection. It seems to be good.
There, it asks me for my Wi-Fi password. And I click next. And the advantage is once again that the new Reolink cameras operate on both the 2.4 GHz network and the 5 GHz network, which was not the case with the first models. And it could be really, really very annoying indeed. It's solid.
Next phase.
We need to put the device to be able to connect to it, so I will choose a password right away.
Next. Done.
I admit, the more it goes on, the easier it is for me to record the news. And so, we find ourselves with the camera. How do you pilot it? Like this, I suppose. Can I make it turn here? It turns in the office. Can we make it go down? Can we?
Yeah. I'm bringing it down.
There, I have it installed.
Tack.
And the setup, then? You know, it works really quite well. Honestly, the quality is absolutely great. And then, as usual, we can, indeed, as expected, continue. For example, one can decide to speak directly to the person. We have a microphone, and we can talk to them if we hear an intrusion.
Oh no.
I feel like I can even turn on the lights. So remotely, we can do a lot of things.
Honestly, it's great. Oh, really?
So here, when I speak, when I use the speaker, I hear what is happening. However, at one time, we could talk.
It is. Yeah.
What are you, like, doing at my place? What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house? Please get out of my house.
Yeah.
The speaker has indeed increased. The speaker is much more powerful than before. So let's go back to this story about the camera in the camper van. I personally don't think this model is made for vehicles, unlike the Argus and the smaller models, like the Argus E and the Argus 3 Pro, already, because the compact aspect is not really what we find here. On the other hand, indeed, I think that if you have a house with an exterior that you want to protect or to have a little security, or when you are not there, having 360-degree access that would allow you to move the camera around a set of sides. Therefore, for this kind of activity, I think this camera is even more impressive in my eyes than the 4 Pro, which could film at 104/20 but not at 360 like this one. So, I remind you that if you want to buy this camera, it is now available at Reolink, and with the SAO code you will find in the description, you will be able to get a discount on your purchase. Well, I will see you very soon for a new test or not of equipment.